Claxby Hill. We had a very long, we-made Norwegian-style sledge.
No, not that.
We hurtled down, we hit one another.
Go and find her. Where are you going, Master? For a drink?
Okay, you guys want anything else?
3 butterbeers and some ginger and lime, please. 6 shots of giggle water.
Pete Earl Grey, huh?
This snake juice is basically rat poison. Spent my whole life right here in Lackawanna County.
Drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Shut up!
All right, guys. Welcome back. This round is on me, and if you have found yourself one booth down in our digital pub of plenty, welcome. A doctor, a lawyer, a pilot, professor, and a podcasting legend have all walked into a bar. This has been a long time coming. Steve Glosson, welcome to A Doctor and a Lawyer Walk Into a Bar.
Thank you so much for having me. I remember when I was supposed to be here when it was just like 2 of you guys. And, and things just kept happening and kept happening. So all of a sudden, you guys had like babies or something, and
we've grown up.
Well, we actually asexually reproduced. Cody and William both split in half, and then we crawled out of the primordial ooze.
Okay.
And now
We're
here.
from their ooze.
we're from their ooze.
I don't know how you took my really weird joke and made it weirder, and I support it.
I have a very specific talent.
I don't know. I don't know that I should be on this show.
It's more Ivan ooze than anyone else, but you know that's just,
wow. Here's a guy that made a Power Rangers the movie reference.
Yeah, well, we're gonna listen. We've got a lot to get to today. We're gonna start out like we always do, leading out with the Dailies.
What are we gonna call this?
I write for the Daily Prophet.
That's crap.
I want the name of this flying whatchamacallit to go with the Daily Planet like bacon and eggs.
Crap.
Daily Bugle.
That's pretty good. But it's taken.
Well, guys, welcome to the Dailies. These are current events, releases, and obsessions that are actively feeding our fandom. And there was a movie that came out, I don't know, about a month ago. Kind of flew under the radar. flew a little under the radar.
Jurassic World.
One Flew Under the Cuckoo's
The
Nest.
new one, the new Jurassic World.
War of the Worlds 2025. You know
That one, yes, with Ice Cube in the Zoom meetings. Yeah,
Cody,
I remember that.
Cody, you want to go first?
All right. So if you have been following the podcast for any length of time, in the last episode, I dropped a special edition episode where I gave my full thoughts on Superman because I felt like with Mr. Glosson here on the show, I needed to get my thoughts out of the way so that we can just bask in all of this. So, but yeah, first off, Mr. Glosson, Steve,
That's
welcome.
me.
Welcome. Steve Glosson, as I've referenced on the show many times before, is the host of Geek Out Loud, the official podcast of geekoutonline.com.
Didn't William say all this?
I understood that reference.
A host of many podcasts who I have been personally listening to for 17 years.
What?
At this point. So
That was back when you were downloading your podcast on the little like click wheel
Yeah.
iPod
Yeah.
at that
Yeah.
point, wasn't it?
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
longer than I've been oozed.
I've been listening to you for 17 years. Basically, Steve, you followed me through the end of high school, all of college, all of law school, and now I'm like a full-fledged adult.
I knew that minivan looked familiar.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're right. I followed you, and I had eyes on you the whole time.
But the reason why we wanted Steve on the show today is because Superman. Steve is the host of probably the premier Smallville podcast, the most powerful Smallville podcast on the internet.
I mean, yeah. I mean, outside of Talkville with the actual cast of...
With Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum.
Every show now has a rewatch podcast with the original cast. We're tired of it. Like the It's Always Sunny crew, Ned's Declassified. How many of these do we really need? We need more white guys sitting around a table.
Alex, let me tell you this. We were doing Smallville podcasting when people were on their click wheel podcast doing
Before
it.
Smallville was even a show.
This is when Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum were unhappy with their roles and not liking and didn't want to talk to the fans. So Starkville House of L started. I was not on it when it started. It started between seasons 5 and 6, or maybe 6 and I think seasons 5 and 6, and then I came on during Smallville season 7 and was there pretty much to the end, with the exception of kind of a chunk of the last season, but I was back for the finale. And then after that, we did several other things with it. But so now we said, let's go back and do from season 1 forward. And we've kind of been on and off with that, but it's been around. He's getting ready to celebrate 20 years of that show coming up here pretty quick. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So because they were like one of the first out of the gates, they got interviews with the cast. I think you guys got featured on the Smallville DVD at one point.
They did. Yeah, that was before I was there. That's on the season 6 DVD. Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't there also is there a street named after you in the Superman lore?
In the Smallville comic that followed, that was like Smallville season 11, basically. He tells Lois there's an apartment fire on Russell and Glosson, which is my name and Derek Russell's name.
Because one of the writers came on the show and got to know them.
Right. Yeah. Brian Q. Miller, he was the writer of the Smallville comic. Now, Brian Q. Miller wrote an episode of The Flash, and the villain, his name for the week was Russell Glosson.
So his name was featured on the CW show The Flash.
Yeah.
So
all right, quick! Somebody invite Dan Harmon on the show. Dallas and I want to be featured in Community, the movie. Now, Dan Harmon, if you're listening, wherever you are, Dallas and I want to be in Community, the movie.
Dan Harmon would be down to clown.
Don't worry,
he would be down.
It's going to take another 7 years before they ever actually do the movie. Right. So Dallas and I have time to
they'll all the entire cast will be in the Chevy Chase spot for the movie.
They're all dead. Just holograms of themselves, and it's like, oh boy,
Siemens.
Okay, long-standing love of Superman.
Yes, I will say,
what did this summer mean? What did this movie mean? I need your thoughts.
He did a whole episode on that. Didn't you listen?
I just click published and go, and I'm like, I need the cliff notes.
William, right now he's geeking out about me, so just let him do that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. This is a little. Does it make you uncomfortable to watch somebody that you've actually interacted with and be gushing about you in front of you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
but don't stop though.
Listen,
go on.
Stop it.
No, stop.
Steve, I would say for large reason why I'm a Superman fan is because of your shows. In the lead up to Man of Steel, the hype. The 2-hour podcast on the 30-second trailers that you did in the lead up to Man of Steel.
Yeah. Now, the you there is a plural you. It was Derek and I doing that.
Yes, Derek Russell of now Super House of L, who's continuing the show on. But I your just infectious energy turned me into a Superman fan. It wasn't really a thing in my childhood. I was such looking forward to Man of Steel.
Sorry,
loved it for what it was.
Oh, glad to know you're
loved it for what it was. And then, I will agree with you. The shaky cam was the biggest problem of that movie. Yeah, the biggest problem of that movie. But then I definitely felt like there was something missing that we did not get in the subsequent outings. And with the 2025 Superman movie, we finally got it. We finally got essentially the heir apparent to Chris Reeve, and I was just over the moon about it. I listened to your I was in the live chat of your most recent episode, and I know you liked it. You liked it as well. What, for our audience, what were your main thoughts?
I echo the sentiments of a total stranger that I met after the movie who said it was a comic book movie, because it really is, I think, one of the first comic book movies I've seen, as far as not a superhero movie, but a comic movie. You're dropped in the middle of the action like a big splash page when you read a comic, and there's all these characters and everything that you just have to kind of get to know as you're going through the story. and there'll be other chances to get to know them later. Like in a comic used to, they would have like an editor's note and you could read and that sort of thing. So, but it was fun. It was, it was, Superman was a good dude, you know, but he wasn't perfect. And for the, you know, for the 15 minutes where the world hated him, you know, it was like, it made more sense than just, oh, he's an alien, I don't know if I like him or not. It was, hey, he's been sent here to take over the world, and we heard the message. And so it makes a little more sense than, you know, I guess Zod kind of sent a message in Man of Steel, but it was nice to have what is essentially a Silver Age kind of Superman, you know, silver kind of, you know, a mixture of like John Byrne's Superman and Silver Age Superman. And
I mean, he saved the squirrel. Like...
Right. And there's stuff, yeah, there's
Right.
stuff that like you couldn't have told me that would have ever been put in a Superman movie. Metamorpho, a green baby, you know, just all kinds of crazy stuff. Like the giant kaiju. And what I love is like Superman's like, I didn't want to kill him. I want to get him to an intergalactic zoo where they could take care of him.
That's a thing.
Yeah, like, and he just says it casually, like, you know, there's an intergalactic zoo out there we can take him to. I mean, that kind of stuff is just swinging for the fences and trusting the audience to come along with you, not trying to make it relate. In making superheroes relatable to the audience, too many times we make them too flawed, too human, too lame. You know, this is adventure and fun and imagination, and I think it was the right Superman movie for the right time. It really was. I really enjoyed it.
I said it was the Superman movie our culture needed at the moment. I think we've been so dour for so long and so cynical, and say what you will about Marvel's snark and the humor and whatnot, but the fact that Clark was that earnest and that, you know, willing to just, he wants to do the right thing for the right thing's sake.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to figure it out. And he's as human as the next man. I agree with you. I'm kind of glad that he's not like seen as this Christ-like figure.
Right.
That he's human. Like, that was a nice change of pace. And then ultimately, how did you feel about the Jor-El twist?
Don't like it. Don't care
like
for
it.
I think, you know, James Gunn has come out and said that this is real. The message was real. Their interpretation of the message was real. But if I'm a filmmaker and I'm thinking we'll fix this later, I'm going to leave everyone hanging too. Like, yeah, it's real until it's not real. And even if it is real and it never gets retconned or fixed or anything, okay, that's what it is. I just think that that's a weird kind of thing to throw into the mix of the Superman mythos. I know that Gunn and a lot of the company were Smallville fans, and in Smallville, Jor-El has a message that he sends with Clark that basically is like, rule them well. But I think there may, you know, that you could always make the argument there was something lost in translation because by the time you get to the end, Jor-El is like, you go do your thing, son. And so I don't know. I think that it's tricky and it's a new twist. And I think that for people like me who've always held Jor-El in this, you know, he's smarter, he's a little bit more intelligent, he's a little higher, you know, and on his plane of thinking, he's not going to send his son here to sow his wild oats, you know, and why isn't, you know, is that the deal with Kara, you know, Zor-El? Because, you know,
that's probably where they're going to explore it.
And that's the thing. If that's a thing with her, like her whole thing was she came to watch after Kal-El. I think what they're going to explore with her is just trauma. Like,
yeah,
she remembers Krypton. She was shoved in a rocket by her father to go watch after Kal-El, and she was in suspended animation for however many years she was, so that when she comes out, he's already grown up. And so what now? And so this idea of her running off to all these planets and drinking and partying and stuff, and I think it's going to manifest itself as like she's going to have to come around and come to grips with everything, basically.
The first promo image for that movie was so like, it's like a masterclass in graphic design. It's like use the least to tell the most, where Superman's slogan was look up, like hope and looking toward the future, and you just strike that out in graffiti, put look out.
Right. Yep.
Like, I know it. I get it. I know what that movie is. You don't have to tell me anymore. And I bought in. I thought the movie. I told Cody this whenever I left it. I was like, it felt like a Superman acid trip. And if Superman is your drug of choice, it was 2 hours of euphoria. Well, if Superman was not your drug of choice, it was a little disorienting. Like, where am I? Who am I? I like the colors. I like the flashy bright colors.
This is a Superman that could have existed in a world where Lex Luthor became evil because he lost his hair in a fire that Superboy put out with his super breath. I mean, it's that kind of movie.
Like, I will say, Steve, on the Jor-El part, like, I think I had an easier time with it being Bradley Cooper. I think I would have had a harder time with it if it was Marlon Brando or Russell Crowe, because I feel like those two actors brought more of a gravitas to.
Because Bradley Cooper, you can totally, I can envision him telling someone, "Yeah, go spread your seed around. It's fine."
Yeah, basically. I think I saw Bradley Cooper instead of Jor-El when I saw this happen, and so like, whereas Russell Crowe and Marlon Brando had this like just gravity to them, like, I'm playing a God the Father like figure, sending my only son. That is kind of like, how I felt about it. And so I was okay with the change. And even if they keep it that way, as long as they don't dwell on it too much, and
I think that's the whole point. I think that's the whole point of the very end, where he's not dwelling on it. He recognizes that his strength doesn't come. The only thing he gets from Krypton is his abilities, or are his abilities. I don't know what's the right grammar on that. It doesn't matter. Edit. But he.
One take.
Listen,
I remember earlier.
He'll edit us, and you'll still be one.
Great.
Yeah. That's my favorite thing to do is I go through and what was funny is the last time we had, or a time we had a guest, and I'm not going to say when because I don't want to out anybody. But what I realized is as I was editing, I found a verbal tick that the person had, and I started slowly devolving in the edit. And I was sending voice notes in the group chat where I went, it happened again. And then I had, at about an hour into the podcast, Cody and William adopted this verbal tick from him. And I was like,
he almost quit.
Hey, you.
Well, let me go ahead and warn you for mine. Mine is I will trail off with just a so like that. I'll just go so, meaning I don't really have anything else to say.
In this case, it was
I don't really do it.
And I was like, I don't know what you're saying. It was just like a period.
And I'll do a lot of so those things. So just know those are my real bad things.
This is why I took over editing Big Red Button, our sister show, and William took over this one. And now I just listen and enjoy the show. That way, I'm not having to take out all the verbal ticks.
I don't think I never have any ticks at all. That I can even think of.
I never really edit my shows, so.
Fair enough.
I'm like, all right, get your tight five. Get ready, boys. Come on, tight five. And then Cody hits us. Tonight, I always make fun, in love, of course. I'm like, you don't get a twofer. That's the thing. I'm like, you don't get a twofer. You get a one-fer. It's your daily.
Which set the platform for
I have found
guaranteed twofer,
things.
maybe threefer.
And if you noticed, I snuck in a twofer of Superman and gushing over Steve Glosson. So I snuck that one in there.
So, Alex, buddy, what do you got? We're going to have more Superman chat later on whenever we play the game, but we do want to be respectful of Mr. Glosson's time here.
I am very proud of a good friend of mine. He has written and self-published his first ever book. So Adam and I have been connected. This is The Ballad of Bonaventure Palmier. It is a book that he started.
It sounds like
during the pandemic.
It sounds like a book I need to have my pinky out while reading.
No, he is. It's a guy in the circus. There's some magic. There is some adventure, some romance,
Monocle,
heartbreak.
probably.
And what's that name? Bonaventure Palmier?
Bonaventure Palmier. So it has only
Gather round, children. Got a story to say. It's the ballad of Bonaventure Palmier.
It needs its own little thing, doesn't it? So
I think it has it now.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Adam. He and I have been swapping writing notes for a long time, and I had an advanced copy of the entire book, and very proud of him that it is finally a tangible, real thing. So it is available on Amazon. I'm very proud of my buddy, and it's a good read so far. So I haven't finished.
Oh, really?
Do you know like a spoiler-free synopsis?
Well, let me just read you the back of the book. It's much easier.
Fair.
When Madame Esmeralda Coclecott, and I'm going to have to talk to him on some of these names because Cloaca, just like a bird. The leader of a mysterious circus, bigger on the inside than on the outside. Which William, as a fan of Harry Potter, a tent that's bigger on the inside than the outside, sure cup of tea already. When it shows up at the door of Clothier Bonaventure Palmier, his quiet life is forever changed. Fate and tragedy lead Bonaventure to join the circus, and his friendship with Esme grows as they travel the countryside by caravan. Esme's magic and health fade with each stop they make, and Bonaventure must build the impossible before Esmeralda and everyone within the circus wither away forever.
Okay.
I'm in.
So
I'll link it down in the show notes. So if anybody else wants to check
it is very fun supporting somebody that you know personally in their adventures and their work. I'm proud of him. It's come a long way.
I would like for there to be a shtick at some point where there's magic and the house or the tent is just a whole lot smaller on the inside compared to the outside. Where they're like, look at this mansion, and they go in and he's like, I'm so sorry, it's just really cramped and like it's just one room and very cluttered.
Yeah.
And it's like it took a lot of magic to make that happen.
Dallas, you have your book. Go do it.
Writing prompt. There you go.
Well, as somebody who's been working on my own novel, it's one of those like, okay, I know somebody who has in fact done it, figured it out. It's fun to share the ups and downs. And considering he and I have gone through a lot of life together, it's nice to just be awesome. Like, yeah, this is exciting to watch. I have actually told him before that it's almost eerie how much he reminds me of William, because they look a lot alike and they sound a little bit alike. And so I almost want to invite him on at some point, just so that we can have William and Adam side by side. And like when we swapped play, I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. When William and Cody were talking about actor replacements.
Oh, yeah.
And suddenly their voices sounded slightly different, and no one knows why that was. I almost want to bring him in as William and see how long it takes for people to realize that they are actually different humans.
Alex, I've had several of my students tell me, I listen to your podcast, but I don't know who is anybody because you all sound the same. So
there is no way I sound even remotely like Dallas. My parents have absolutely said, though, that I can never tell William and Cody apart. And it's true. But, you know, Steve Glosson, the second most listened to man in all of South Georgia, you know, everyone recognizes my voice.
That doesn't sound like me.
No one can confuse me.
That doesn't sound like me at all. How did that happen? Where did that come from? I know I'm here and I know I'm saying things, but wow.
I've actually developed a really great ventriloquist act. So isn't it amazing watching Alex's lips move, but Steve Glosson, speaking? It's a new skill.
All right, Dallas, what do you got?
The hand placement is awkward, though.
It always is.
It's a little uncomfortable.
You get used to it. So my thing that I've been doing is I've been playing this game, but it's not a video game.
What?
That's I know.
Egad.
So
it's called Texas
Right,
Hold'em, a game no one has ever heard of before.
For your Dallas,
Maybe it's a little thing you heard of called
Texas-
Uno.
Yeah, have you guys heard? It's one in Spanish.
Reverse.
So I have a buddy who was talking about this card game, and he talked about it in front of my daughter, and she's like, "We have to check this out." And there's a local card/nerd shop called Matchstick Games.
Oh yeah,
and they were having an event for this card game, and so we went, and now we have started playing a game called Lorcana, which is like Magic but Disney
with Disney characters. Yeah.
And so we've been diving into that business for the last week and a half. So that's what it's really fun. It's not super complicated. The people that were there that like helped teach us how to play were super cool. They weren't real gatekeepy about it with onboarding us, even though at the end of it they're like, or if you would like, you could just play Magic. And I was like, I don't do that either, because that seems like an expensive hobby to get into too. But yeah, we've been playing it. We got our first booster packs, which is like, the random packs you buy and open up, and they've got random stuff in them. And that's what we're doing. Every time I open them, I have to I'm like, well, this is like Willy Wonka whenever he got the golden ticket, but it's never that. Like it's yeah, I'm going. Oh no, it's just for cards. This is my brain is tied to that too hard. But yeah,
that's why when I was younger, collecting baseball cards was so much fun. It's like, oh, am I going to find a jersey card? Am I going to get a little piece of a baseball bat? Oh no, it's just my fourth of the same Derek Jeter card that I have. Okay.
I have some first generation Pokemon cards that I am really mad that I gave to my cousin.
Oh,
because some of them could probably fetch a pretty penny these days.
Right? These are just being played.
At least an ugly one.
But ugly pennies, no thank you. Only pretty ones.
All the pretty pennies.
There was a game, I think it was being kickstarted when I was in medical school, that was like a Magic the Gathering, like combat style game, but your villains were bacteria, viruses,
that's fantastic.
and like fungal organisms, and you had to fight them with like antimicrobials and antivirals and different like medications and
this
things.
Is a learning game. We can't have that.
No, we can't have that.
It was this really interesting game. It was called The Last of Us. And so yeah, I don't understand what the people had anything to do, but I learned so much.
Well, I will go next really quickly, and then I'll let us round out with what Steve Glosson is currently geeking out about.
Yeah,
my wife and I took a ceramics class through Morehead State University over the past 5 weeks. And
how did it turn out? I got to see.
First of all, this was my first bowl I ever made. Ever. I kept it, flaws and all. I put it through the kiln because I wanted to keep it and have it forever.
I hope this is an Instagram reel, because this is normally an audio medium.
Okay. I did a clear glaze on it, so it was just the original clay, and it was rough.
Give it a give it a tappity.
Now, okay, there you go.
There it is.
There you go.
It's like we turned into an ASMR podcast for a second.
That'll hold some cereal.
Welcome.
But then I had the idea. Kristen had the idea initially, and I
you get a new
to
hobby.
Life.
Shock.
I decided to take the ceramics class because I have nowhere for a kiln and I have nowhere for a pottery wheel. Being the massive Harry Potter fan that I am, I started going through my Rolodex of cup and bowl shaped things throughout the course of the Harry Potter books or movies.
Oh my goodness!
And decided on the scene where Professor McGonagall is teaching them how to turn animals into water goblets, and Ron's broken wand backfires and gets it like halfway there. And here it is.
That's fantastic.
Wow,
dude,
it's really good.
Good. Is the tail even a little pink? Or
It is so.
That's awesome.
Like the rat, dude.
That's nice.
I've laughed about this
Yeah.
for like 2 or 3 days straight. So I threw the goblet and then pulled a handle, like you would traditionally pull a handle. And my teacher, you could tell, does not partake of the Harry Potter fandom. And he said, "So you're putting a rat tail on your goblet? That's creative."
He said, "Well, other people in the class had a toucan, so I only started with a
I
rat."
did a couple. I've got this one where the tail
that's awesome.
wraps around the side.
Steve,
and then
let me
hang on a second.
I want to give you some context.
If he pulls out a whole
40%
ceramic
of
rat.
the reasons I became a lawyer is just to keep up with my brother, because it felt like every other time it was like he would just pull out something. It's like, here's this masterful thing I made, and it only took me like 4 hours.
It has been nice to find a hobby that I know for certain that I have no room to put any of the necessary things to do it, so I will not spend money on it. I just let myself enjoy it, and
I mean, that's how I got into enriching uranium for weapons of mass destruction.
You'll find a place to put it if you want.
And you said that on the internet.
He got.
I know. Can you imagine?
Dear.
Don't worry. There's no oil in my bedroom. Like, there's no oil here. They don't care.
Is that a pimple or what's that red thing?
Dear FBI, DOJ, CIA, he's just really into Fallout. He doesn't know what reality is. Like.
It was like a sneaky way to reference our Fallout sister show. That's crazy. Who would do that?
Steve Glosson.
Yeah.
These are the dailies. What are you currently geeking out about, man? Not that you ever do that.
No, not really. Honestly, here lately, I've been on a toy run. It's just been that plastic crack, as they say.
I only know the just regular kind. So.
Yeah.
Dallas worked at a prison, so he does know the regular
I've
kind.
still got.
That's right. Yeah. Microplastics are in everything.
That's
nowadays.
right. I've still got tons of my original vintage Star Wars toys and that sort of thing, and like a lot of guys my age, it's just kind of spilled over. Toy collecting is the new coin or stamp collecting. Like it really is in a lot of ways. Just with a lot more anger.
I wanted this when I was younger, Mom. Now I can enjoy it.
I mean, like, I don't know that people would send messages to the stamp printers back in the day and be like, I think it's ridiculous you guys have printed this many stamps with blah, blah, blah on it. But that's what you get with people interacting with your toy companies and everything. But what I've been particularly
Steve, I was at a
fond
coin
of
store
lately
the other day, and I'm pretty sure the owner hated his life. So it's probably not that far off.
Well, that's cool. But what I've been really onto has been a lot of these more independent kind of companies that are out there making things that have no connection to like all the 80s stuff that I love, but they feel like they do. They feel like they should.
Right.
So
cool.
You're talking about, in particular, there's a line called Animal Warriors of the Kingdom that I think some people would kind of try to put into a Thundercats box, but they're not meant to be Thundercats. They're not part.
The Warrior Cats?
Right.
The Warrior Cats?
The Thundercats.
Okay.
Now, they're called Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, and they're not meant to be mixing human and animals. They're just meant to be anthropomorphic animals. Hold on.
It's okay. I can never say the word watermelon. It's impossible for me.
Anthropomorphic. They're cool. So like this guy here is not, for everyone that's listening, you can't see, his name is Pale, and he's kind of like the main character. They've got a little comic they do with him, and so you see they've got cartoon features and everything. But he's the guy, and this dude's the bad guy, and you can see he's got a gun and a sword.
As one does.
Yeah, as one does. But then you've got like guys that are just like chunky pieces of plastic that are just, just amazing. Like this big dude here. And they're just fun to play with and pose. And then of course, like your Marvel Legends and stuff like that. Like I stay into it, and so I enjoy taking my phone and doing mediocre action figure photography.
Yes,
there are a lot of people online that do amazing action figure photography, and I'm like, I wish I could be like those guys, but it's just me. It comes out mediocre. but it's fun, and it's like it's a way to play with your toys without playing with toys.
Right, yeah.
So you're taking pictures, you're taking photos, and so. But I'm like you, William. If I start to even ease into a hobby, I end up like just going full bore into it, and then 5 weeks later, I'm like, I don't have anywhere to put any of this stuff, and now I've moved on to the next thing. So
I've realized that my wife sent me a reel, and if it were not for the collecting driftwood example in the reel, it would have hit every single hobby that I've dabbled in. And it was this guy saying, "Welcome to my hobby room." Oh, wow. You have so many desks. Yeah, over there is where I paint my miniatures. I don't see any miniatures. I'm still deciding on a color palette. And this is my 3D printer. I've run a lot of tests. And over here is where I do my stained glass. I'm thinking about doing one, but I'm collecting more glass. And it just goes through all of these. And they're like, I can't help but notice you don't have any completed projects. Oh, you misunderstand me. This is my hobby room. My hobby is this room.
Well, yeah, I've got like 15 ideas for a YouTube video, and none of them are underway right now.
Right. All right. Well, thank you everyone for a wonderful round of the dailies. We're going to cut to a break, and when we come back, I have a very Man of Steel. Well, not Man of Steel. Sorry if that triggers anybody.
Sorry,
I have a
Snyder,
Superman.
You know what? If we're gonna talk about Warrior Cats, we're at least gonna talk about Guardians of Gahul next. Full Snyder, bro. Full Snyder, bro.
Angry
Spider-Man.
And gorillas,
Angry
and there's
Superman.
an elephant coming out soon. It looks amazing.
An elephant?
Oh yeah.
Is it bigger than the gorilla?
Yes. Yeah.
The fact that I could pull Guardians of Gahul out of thin air is sad.
And we all
that I
understood
knew that
the
was
reference.
a Snyderverse.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll be
They're
right
like
back.
owls, but they fight.
I'm gonna go as fast as I can so I don't miss anything.
Excuse me, may I go to the bathroom first?
I gotta go to work.
We'll return after these messages.
This episode is brought to you by the Big Red Button Podcast.
Do you know what you'd do in a nuclear apocalypse?
Because we sure as quack don't.
See how our choices get us into trouble and back out again in this actual play podcast.
Big Red Button is for lovers of the Fallout franchise, choose your own adventures, and tabletop role-playing games rolled into one big audio drama.
Our band of stragglers is unraveling a mystery in the wasteland, and we're at the mercy of the roll of the dice.
So grab your Geiger counters, take your rat away, and subscribe to our new show, The Big Red Button.
Oh, shoot, did I miss the halftime show? Gosh dang it, who'd they have? What are you doing in here? During here, I pay for that privilege. I'm feeling much better now.
Yeah, I'm having an heart attack. Get back to work.
All right, guys, welcome back for game night.
Thank you.
Tonight.
Thank you.
I debated on calling this game fake news, but I didn't know where everybody landed on the political spectrum, so we're going to call it This Just In. Now, how this game is going to work, and you'll understand that reference in a minute. I am going to give you 3 headlines that were either pulled from an edition of Superman or they were pulled from a Daily Planet inside of Superman. One of them I have made up, and you have to tell me which one is fake.
Oh, I thought you were about to tell me that these were real news articles coming out of DC
these are
now.
Headlines.
Not that DC, but the other DC.
So,
no,
I'll be like, I believe
so
it.
you have
evil megalomaniac takes over city. Which one is it?
That's fake news. So you have one actual headline from the real world.
No. So these are all from Superman. I have either pulled it from like a title of a Superman comic.
Okay.
It was either a headline that was inside of Superman the Animated Series,
Gotcha.
Or a headline of a daily. I'm going to get this Daily Planet.
Okay. So basically, we can't win this thing. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
So, this just in. Superman becomes president of the United States. This just in.
All right.
Superman battles the kissing bandit. And this just in. Lois Lane marries a gorilla. Which one of those did I make up? So I'm going to divide you into two teams. I'm going to put Cody and Steve Glosson on a team together.
This is fair. This is fair.
Dallas on another team.
But Dallas and Alex get a lifeline where we get to ask the chat. Because otherwise,
as the Gen Z says, you cooked.
Okay, and I will read the options off again. Okay, this just in. Which one of these is fake? Number 1, Superman becomes president of the United States. Number 2, Superman battles the kissing bandit. Or number 3, Lois Lane marries a gorilla. Which one of those is fake news? Okay. Kim in the chat said Lois Lane and the gorilla. Dallas and Alex have also said Lois Lane marries a gorilla.
It's that gorilla. Whoops.
That is incorrect. This is real. This came from Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 122 in 1972.
No, Lois, have standards for yourself.
Steve and Cody have said number 2, Superman battles the kissing bandit. Yes, that is fake news. I made that one up.
I knew
Superman becomes president is real. This came from Action Comics number 371 in 1969.
I am not.
And I was thinking that he became. It was only Lex Luthor who became president.
This is the greatest comment. Thank you, Cam.
Steve is well more versed in the comics than I am.
Listen, this took a long time. Okay, so round 2.
Fight.
Number 1. This just in. Superman defends the rights of space chickens. This just in.
Oh my goodness.
The night Superman lost his powers and his shoes. And this just in. Superman's baby gets the death sentence. Dun, dun, dun. I'll read them off again. Superman defends the rights of space chickens. The night Superman lost his powers and his shoes. And Superman's baby gets a death sentence. Which one of those
don't know.
is fake?
These sound outrageous.
Question for the audience. What is a space chicken?
How does a baby get a death sentence? If you change the name of this to any other person, it would be the same. Jimmy Buffett.
Florida man.
We'll go for it.
Fights for the rights of space chickens.
Florida man's baby gets death sentence.
What was the second one? Could you remind me of the second one?
Yeah. So Superman defends the rights of space chickens. The night Superman lost his powers and his shoes.
Yeah,
and Superman's baby gets the death sentence.
Yeah.
So we're looking for the
I'm
fake
gonna stick
one.
with my guns on that one.
Okay.
So all right, Dallas, here's what we do. We let Steve ask questions because if he's curious about something, that's obviously a sign that he doesn't know. He's like, I don't remember that one from Action Comment 414, but the other two were from 312 and 722.
Let me ask you this, William. Are you pulling these things primarily from comics, or are you pulling them from other Superman media?
I had a couple of them that came from Superman the Animated Series.
Okay, all right.
Most of them comes from comics.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh no, he's like, what? Which of these come from Batman Beyond? Like he knows.
Yeah, Batman Beyond has the craziest of all headlines.
Right.
I need to rewatch the DCAU.
It looks like answers have been locked in. Dallas and
I'm imagining
Alex
Chicken Run in
have
space.
said the night Superman lost his powers and his shoes. This is indeed real. This came from Superman number 333 in 1979.
Well, technically, it is fake because Superman isn't real.
All right, listen, Dallas. Listen. If this is how you're going to play the game, man, then
if I'm going to lose hard enough, I'm going to just start bringing out regular old facts.
Just clap your lights back off.
Facts, not feelings. Facts, not feelings. Remember.
Cody and Steve have concurred upon number 1. Superman defends the rights of space chicken, and that is correct. I made that up completely. Superman's baby gets the death sentence is real. That was from Superman 157 in 1963.
Alex, how does it feel? Because this is how I feel every time we play a game.
It's like being on the opposite side of the, the other space shoe has dropped right now, and I just don't know what this is like. Normally, like I get to do a fake little, I'd like to thank God and I'd like to thank my parents speech when I win, and now I'm losing so hard.
I do have a
I'm
question
not used to
though.
this.
So he defended the rights of space chickens. Were regular chickens' rights defended? Are we still? Did he eat KFC and then he went and defended the space chickens' rights?
That was not a real fake headline.
That was
that was a fake.
That was the one. That was the one I made.
Sorry,
that was a fake headline, not a real fake headline.
We're too far into this Inception run for me to know what's real.
I'm getting so confused.
Okay, I will tell you that I have 8 rounds of this. Okay, so we're going on to round number 3.
Which hold on, time out. That means that 8 rounds, 3 headlines each. There's 24. That means there's 8 phonies of 24. But that means that he found 16 absurd headlines across the franchise. And that means that there's got to be like 50 more out there. That they're just unmined.
If I would have known there was going to be math tonight, I would have joined. Would not have joined.
So E equals
I'm
MC
pretty
squared.
sure my brother's a 5th dimensional space imp, but space imp, Mr. Mixopolitolic.
It's a space
imp.
Gimp.
I am he.
No.
Round.
That's the Orville.
Round number 3.
Alex, imp.
Our Eastern Kentucky's coming out.
No leather involved, or
no leather coming
it.
out.
Okay.
Trying to keep it family friendly.
All right, round number 3. This just in: Clark Kent robs a bank. This just in: Superman gets fat. And this just in:
same girl.
The kryptonite wedding cake.
Oh Lord.
Now you're just
one
giving
of the
titles to stories. You're not doing headlines.
So that one, yeah. Don't judge me.
Okay.
Those are your options. Which one of those did I make?
See, I feel like Clark Kent would like rob a bank to be like, I was paying for a homeless person's meal and a hotel.
It's like a mind control thing.
And then meanwhile, it's like Superman gets fat is the Obama wore a tan suit of their world. Where it's like, how's he supposed to work out? He can't get any stronger. It's the sun.
Like what M says in the chat. That's why Lois Lane went for the gorilla.
That's why Lois went for the gorilla. No. Would you feel safer in the woods with a bear or a fat Superman? Oh, the bear. Like, okay. Dallas,
what was the third one?
What do you think?
Okay, so your options were Clark Kent robs a bank, Superman gets fat, or the kryptonite wedding cake.
I think. You know what? A kryptonite wedding cake would probably make him fat.
I can't stop eating it. It's my greatest weakness. I don't understand.
It's like that episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch where she ODs on pancakes.
And here's the guy that just made us Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Okay, Dallas and I need to defer to the chat here because we're split. I said it's Fatty McFatterson. He says wedding cake. So all right,
one
chat,
has led to the
got?
other for me. So
yeah, I mean they're both equally.
I feel like to the other one.
The kryptonite wedding cake feels like it's a like story arc that it's like
when I
yeah,
said headlines,
Jack
like,
Kirby wrote that.
This was either like the title of a comic, or it was pulled directly from.
Right, that's the problem. Is that feels like it would be the title of a.
What I love actually like a story arc as written by the great Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby wrote about Jack Kirby, who created Darkseid and Apocalypse and the New Gods and the Fantastic
He's the
Four
original
and
Snyder
all
bro,
these other great things. I ran out of ideas.
Me or
I ran
Kirby?
out of ideas, and I just went with a kryptonite wedding cake.
Yeah.
All right.
Went through 3 issues talking about it too. We couldn't figure it out.
The problem is I can picture like the 1950s Action Comics cover of all three of these.
Alan Moore's finally done writing Watchmen, and he's like, I want to have a really deep, intricate look into societal norms.
Yeah.
He got fat.
I don't know if these comics are real, but I can picture them in my mind.
They're gonna be real soon.
All right, I don't think chat's coming to your aid.
All right,
there.
so Dallas, rock, paper, scissors for it. Rock, paper, kryptonite. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
So what you're...
we both had a day. Oh, it's a Daily Planet.
So Alex, are you asking for somebody for somebody save me? The small building. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wedding cake.
M says wedding cake. So we're gonna go wedding cake.
Okay. Okay. So Steve and Cody have said number 3, the Kryptonite wedding cake. Alex and Dallas have also said the Kryptonite wedding cake. Man, I thought that we'd get you. Yeah, I completely made that one.
I've actually read the Clark get fat
that was
issue.
correct.
Like the Clark.
Yeah, I remember the Clark Kent robs the bank cover. I can see that cover in my mind.
I thought that one was a George Reeve one, like someone impersonated Clark. Is that an episode?
I mean, it happened a lot of times. No, he had those people in lead helmets walking around that time.
Okay.
Same.
Okay, round number 4. Are you ready?
Dallas, not knowing weird Superman stuff does not make you not a smart man. You're a professor. You're very smart.
He's more a Batman guy.
It's fake. I do love that.
Batman's got some weird stuff back in the day too.
Not wrong.
Oh yeah.
Okay, round number 4. Number 1. This just in, Superman joins the circus. Number 2, this just in, Lex Luthor saves Superman's life. And number 3, Superman versus the harrowing hamster of Metropolis.
I think it's the first or the third one.
What was the first one again?
Superman joins the circus.
I bet he would join the circus. He would be cheating. Like, I don't think it would be fun after a while.
He
like being a trapeze artist and you can fly. That seems like a downer.
No. He joins as the bearded lady.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Fun fact: in Avengers issue number 1, the Hulk is in the circus when he answers the call to be an Avenger.
What's he doing? He's recruited. Cool.
He's the guy that jumps on the end of the springboard to launch the other person there.
I think if I remember right, he was juggling elephants.
It makes perfect sense.
Sign me up for this circus.
Yeah.
I must watch. That's actually, surprise, where we find Bonaventure Palmier.
That's right. We're the Hulk. Let me tell you something. Alex, having your background the way you do makes it look like you're literally just moving that into space and it just disappears.
It does. You just like
you summon it out of nothing.
It's pretty great.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm with Dallas here.
Answers have been locked in. Steve and Cody have said number 3, Superman versus the harrowing hamster of Metropolis. And Alex and Dallas have both said the harrowing hamster of Metropolis. And that is correct. I made that one up. Superman joins the circus was real from Superman number 88 in 1954. And Lex Luthor.
Now, what William isn't telling anybody is that Dallas and I have sent in our answer after he reads what Cody and Steve sent in.
Now,
and Lex Luthor saved Superman's life was real from Superman 168 in 1964.
If you had said Superman battles the radioactive adolescent radioactive kung fu hamsters, I would have been like, okay, I see you.
I can see that one. Oh, okay, so you didn't get even further into it.
Yeah. Marvel's more for the alliteration.
All right, round number 5. Score. We are halfway through. The score currently sits. Cody and Steve Glosson have 4 points. Alex and Dallas have 2.
I want to be very clear. Every time I've inputted an answer, I've added a question mark so that Steve can verify. So he is carrying. It's like being partners with my grandfather in croquet when he plays croquet. Because I'm going to win, but I will have contributed nothing to this.
well, I'm so glad I could help out.
Now off with your head for even attempting it.
I'll tell you what, these kids these days.
It's the only croquet I know.
That was in That was an Alice in
These
Wonderland
kids
reference.
these days
for
don't know
anyone who
anything
wasn't.
about Superman.
Now go get the walruses that are eating the oysters.
Is pickleball the new croquet?
That's why I didn't eat oysters for. That's why I didn't eat oysters for years. I was afraid that they were all gonna like be really sad, and then I was like, oh, there's nothing there.
I didn't eat oysters for years because they look like boogers. That's why I ate them.
They're delicious boogers.
That's why you ate them.
They're delicious boogers.
Then I grew up and I'm like, oh, they just taste good.
All right, round number 5. This just in. The day Superman sold out to Lex Luthor. Number 2, Superman becomes a wrestling champion. And number 3, Superman's underwear turns against him.
That sounds like a Captain Underpants episode.
Okay. I think I know why. My choice. And I'll explain once Cody and Steve are locked in. I've already got my answer. And I'll explain it.
I don't know. Let
me know when
those
they're
are
locked.
weird to me. Could you read them again, please? Sir?
Number 1, the day Superman sold out to Lex Luthor. Number 2, Superman becomes a wrestling champion. And number 3, Superman's underwear turns against him.
I can see that one too. I can see all 3.
That's happened to me. I hate it when my underwear turns against me.
Okay, answers have been locked in. Dallas and Alex have said the day Superman sold out to Lex Luthor. That's
such a millennial phrase.
That was indeed real. That was from Superman 164 in 1963.
Is that
People
verbatim?
been selling out for decades, man.
That is verbatim. Steve and Cody have said number 3, Superman's underwear turns against him, and that is correct. I did indeed make that one up.
I mean, come on, guys.
Got it. It was right on the head that
you
time.
You can
Right on the
hear
nose.
you can hear William's imagination getting more and more strained as these things keep coming.
I'm so mad because I thought it was
okay.
I thought it was going to be such
Dear
a
AI,
misdirect
come up with
of
some
like,
more realistic options.
Superman loses his keys.
He did.
Superman forgets to call his mom on his way home from work, and now
He
she's
did
mad.
have his car stolen. He did have his car stolen one time.
Is a car? It's super. He fine.
super
Why does he have a car?
It's when he and Lois got married.
Ah, yes.
Oh, so it's like a.
It's an Elseworld story.
Like he doesn't. Does he not have like a papoose that he puts her in? And he's like,
He's
"Get
like a
in," and she's just
marsupial.
like-
He just tucks her in there.
He just carries her. her.
She feeds him while they're going.
Round number 6.
Charleston
Number 1.
shoes. I don't know what he likes.
The death of Clark Kent. Dun, dun, dun. Number 2, Superman loses to a baby. Number 3,
I would like to know what he
Superman
loses.
battles the super panhandler.
That's that Florida man one that we were talking about.
We did have a Florida game.
Hey, big man, let me
We
hold
did
a
have a
dollar.
Florida man
What?
game a while back, and so this is very much on brand for us.
So I kind of wonder if it's the first one
I have
because there's
no
the death
clue.
of Superman, but not the.
The death of Clark
Yeah, that's
Kent.
what I'm saying. I think is this
Is it the
supposed to be
most-
like a?
It's
a
one of the
close
most
but not
famous
quite?
stories of all time. Is William giving you a red herring?
Right? Are
you giving them
how
the
would I
answer?
know?
First off, Cody, I don't know what color a regular herring is. He could just be handing me a
Second
regular
of
herring and
all,
I wouldn't know.
Is the second one the baby?
I've been bamboozled.
Yes,
Number 2
Superman
is the
loses
baby?
to a baby.
Well,
Papoose.
listen, Superman's never going to win against a
Yeah,
baby.
he wouldn't fight a baby.
It's a baby. Yeah.
He
I
went
would
out
like
of
to
his way
see. I would like to watch that where
You
a
wouldn't
baby hits him.
download a house. You wouldn't fight a baby. Like that's part of the FBI warning there.
What was the third one? William?
Download
It's Superman battles the super panhandler.
Did Action Comics ever have a Florida man run, Steve?
They should.
I
would pay for
am
that comic.
so out of my depth
Hey,
here,
man, let me
Dallas.
hold a dollar.
I have
I would like to watch to read the comic where a guy holds a baby and makes the baby kind of punch him a little bit, and Superman is just like, I can't do anything about it because it's a baby.
That's right. Going
And
down.
he
They
just
gotta go down.
loses.
He's like, oh, you can't
Right,
get me.
yeah.
You can't get me. And he's just like
Plays
holding
Yeah.
it out in front. Yeah, I
Boop,
can see it.
Boop, boop. Like he just with the little baby hand just keeps hitting him, and he's like, I can't.
Okay.
That's why I had to fight Muhammad Ali because it made up for the baby situation.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a baby.
Dallas and
His famous
Alex
words.
have said when Dallas actually said the death of the Clark bar, but I assume he meant the death of the Clark Kent. That is indeed real. That was from Superman number 23 in 1994.
Death of Superman.
Steve and Cody have said number 3. Well, Steve said 3. Cody concurred. And that one was Superman battles the Super Panhandler.
Sure.
That was real.
Whoa.
That was Action Comics number 396 in 1971. The fake one that I made up was Superman loses to a paper. Okay, 2 rounds left. Round number 7. Number 1, the night Superman's cape came alive.
Doctor Strange style, okay.
Number 2, Superman becomes a hippie. And number 3,
I don't think so.
Dirty
Superman fights the radioactive snowman.
That sounds believable.
Which one of those is fake?
I've seen one of those.
In what regard?
The night Superman's cape comes alive, Superman becomes a hippie.
Snowman. He's beating that poor snowman up.
Superman fights the radioactive
snowman.
You asked for radioactive before.
That's what was magic about that
Well,
hat.
the adult radioactive black belt hamsters. It wasn't kung fu hamsters. I'm sorry. It was radioactive.
The fact that hamsters was in it, and that's...
Where did you get this hat, little Timmy? My dad was at Chernobyl. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
My organs are shutting down.
There must have been some radiation.
Have you heard of the elephant's foot? No, but we should go. It sounds
Happy
fun.
birthday. There must have been
This
some,
is the
some
last
radiation.
birthday you'll ever have.
I mean, I still need answers.
It's absolutely radioactive snowman, Dallas. I can't do a bit and then not just go all the way.
I am all for committing to the bit.
What was the first one again?
The first one was the night Superman's cape came alive.
Like that carpet
Number
in
2,
Aladdin.
Superman becomes a hippie. And number 3, Superman fights the radioactive snowman.
I had a professor volunteer to go into the military in Vietnam to fight the hippies. So I can see.
I don't think he knew what the war was about.
He hated the hippies so much he volunteered for Vietnam.
Hey, Cody, the hippies weren't over in Vietnam.
Yeah, he was like,
they were.
He
very
watched
notably
Kent State,
against their
he
will.
was like, yeah, cool.
I'll just say the hippies. Yeah, that was a battle on the home front. If you wanted to fight that.
All right, I have an answer from Stephen Cody. I need one from Dallas. Are you doing radioactive snowman?
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
Okay.
Commit to the
You
bit.
don't get the bit. Yeah.
Stephen Cody have said number 1, the night Superman's cape came alive. That is indeed real. Superman 220 from 1969.
Okay.
Superman fights the radioactive snowman.
one.
I did indeed.
Okay.
Yes.
I figured the hippie
Congratulations.
one was a cautionary tale against hippies, like the Comics
I
Code
can
Authority.
This was real
I can
from
see that
Action
cover.
Comics number 338 in 1970.
I feel like I can see that cover in my head. Like,
All right, last round. Number 1, Clark Kent's bodyguard. Number 2, Superman sold the cape. Number 3, the night Jimmy Olsen turned into a giant turtle man.
That's the night that the lights were out in Georgia.
that's a night that also came.
I think that's it because I think William was listening to that song when he finished this up.
He was like putting on Reba while washing the dishes, and he's like, Jimmy Olsen. I'm going with it. We got to go with it. If we do a bit, it's because William already had the bit in his head, and then
William, what was
Clark Kent's bodyguard. Superman sold the cape, or the night Jimmy Olsen turned into a giant turtle.
Okay,
man.
but you did Superman sold the cape as like the Batman narrator from the old Superman sold the cape.
Dun dun dun.
And what was 3? What was 1? The
number 1
bodyguard?
was Clark Kent's bodyguard. Number 2, Superman sold the cape, and number 3, the night Jimmy Olsen turned into a giant turtle.
Okay. You understand that number one is not a complete thought, nor a title or headline, really.
First off, ChatGPT doesn't always get it right.
When faced with my brother,
I could have used. Probably would have wrote this in like 15 seconds.
Yeah, but I would have lost respect for you if you'd written it with ChatGPT. So
I was running out of options there toward the end. Clark Kent's bodyguard was indeed real. That was from Superman 284 in 1975.
That's a very Superman 4 thing. Clark Kent's bodyguard,
But the night Jimmy Olsen turned into a giant turtle man is indeed real. This is Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, number 53 in 1961.
But chat says, M says, my Patreon fee is on too. That's a bet right there, which we've already established. Chat is on our team.
That's right. Indeed fake. That I made that one up. So the score,
Superman,
as it currently stands, is Cody and Steve Glosson have 6 points. Alex and Dallas have 4.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Does that include our 2 from the chat?
That doesn't.
I'd like
we did cheat. And we did loophole this, and we got 2 choices for a couple of those. Also, we have a new couple name, Alex. It's Dallas.
It's pretty hot. Cute.
I'd like to thank Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. I'd like to thank Zack Snyder. I'd like to thank James Gunn. I'd like to thank John Byrne. I'd like to thank Christopher Reeve. Also, my Lord and Savior Jesus.
Matt Reeve. I want to thank Matt Reeves, George Reeves, Chris Reeve, all of the Reeves.
Beautiful hair. Michael Rosenbaum, you have none.
He had beautiful hair.
All right, guys, we are going to cut to another break, and when we come back, table topic submitted by our illustrious chat, and then we'll head out of here. We'll be right back.
Illustrious.
Are you going somewhere?
Well, yes. Urgent call. Unavoidable. Gotta go.
Excuse me. There's a sign at Ramsett Park that says do not drink the sprinkler water, so I made sun tea with it, and now I have an infection.
I've just about had enough of you.
I'll be back.
This episode is brought to you by Potter Plus, your podcasting home for the upcoming Harry Potter TV show and so much more. Join me, your host, William, and many other magical friends as we pick apart the past, ponder the present, and unfog the future of the wizarding world. Potter Plus is a production of the Grapefruit Network, and you can find it wherever you get your podcasts.
And I am back.
How'd it go?
No, Pam.
I'm back.
We have a new weather report. Lightning has struck. I repeat.
Gin and tonic.
Longers. I don't know if they do bottomless gin and tonic, but we will find it.
Well, all right, guys, welcome back.
So many layers to this.
We're gonna round out tonight with a table topic again submitted by our illustrious chat, and then we'll head out here. I'll square up the tab. M in our chat says, if you had to redesign a basic human function like sleep, memory, or emotion as a software feature, what would you enhance or change? And I'll give you some examples. Auto backups for sleep, or scheduled power saving, memories with version history or selective edits, or emotions with sliders, toggle modes, etc.
You can tell the photographers gave that question.
Yeah, right.
Whoa.
Right.
Hold on. I gotta go back to this software feature.
Oh, I know mine.
What?
So, the P is just it's a closed system. It just recycles stuff inside.
The P.
Lisa Nagaib.
The P.
It's like that way. Like if you're like, is that P? You're like, oh, I've got a leak. I've got like an oil leak.
The P.
Like if you see oil, you got a problem. If you see P, you got a problem.
The P is a closed system.
It goes. It's recycles.
I'm like a pterodactyl. The P is silent.
Having Steve Glosson meet Dallas McKinney is now one of my favorite things.
Steve, we have said
was that not everybody's?
That my favorite sport is watching Dallas McKinney meet new people.
It's true.
The P is a closed system. Like,
merch drop as soon as this episode goes live.
It's the article that's there. Like it's not. It's
the entire shirt is just going to be a yellow circle,
like
just
the
a
Lord
yellow
of the Rings.
circle.
Like instead of it's just and just put closed system.
Yeah.
But it's the article the P, not just P, the P.
This is going better than I could have possibly hoped.
Is a closer cycle. Yeah.
I also offered that out there, like perhaps everyone had that lurking. Like everybody was like,
It was
"Oh
like,
yeah,
duh.
me too."
Everyone
I
knows
don't know.
this.
There's just something. Look, I don't want to. Let's not get into bathroom stuff, but like, there's
do
not
it.
many better feelings in this world than taking a leak when you really got to go. Like it.
I think that's universal.
But I think that feeling comes from the anguish beforehand.
From the open system.
Just.
But if the P was a closed system,
See?
So if
it's like sometimes we think about like things that were designed or evolved, or it's like, oh wow, that it's weird that it works that way, but it has a benefit. Mosquitoes, I'll never understand, but the P, I get it. I can see both sides. Both sides.
No, you
Mosquitoes
never want to
don't
see
get-
both sides. Never.
It's all
Yeah, it's all-
inside. It just gives.
All there. It's closed system. The P is closed system.
The underside, the top
And so-
side.
and so you
No,
know
is it
something-
like a Ken doll down there from here on out? Like, just
let me also just confirm something. So you know something's wrong if you're leaking.
Right? Yeah, like an oil leak. If you're like, I smell oil, you're like, you better get to the shop.
Does your pee
If you're like, I smell
oil?
pee,
Oh,
you're like,
okay.
you better get to the doctor.
Is that
You've blown a
ammonia?
gasket.
I want to.
A cylinder's going out.
Asparagus.
Pools cease to smell bad. You're like, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then if you're like somebody peed in the pool, like it's a medical emergency,
Right?
Instead of just
Like, it's a problem.
inconvenience.
It's a problem.
What about the other situation in the bathroom? How are you handling that?
That one's harder to close the loop. It's hard to close the loop on the poop.
Okay.
The poop loop and the poop loops.
Oh, wow. That's on the backside of the shirt.
Also, let's not. It's harder. Yeah, the back just says harder to close the loop on the poop. A novel by Dallas.
Would you share that novel on the podcast, Alex?
I was thinking about that. Could be my next foray into creative fiction. That'll be it.
Yeah.
The Poop Loop by Alex Christian, coming to theaters this fall.
Was there not a toy line of germs and stuff back in the day? Yeah, they were called Germ. They were just Germs by Worlds of Wonder, and they were just little, almost like vinyl little toys. You could have had a whole system whereby you're like, now we have to close the loop, but you can't close the loop with the poop. Like a whole story arc with these little germ things.
I know
Inner Space with Dennis Quaid and Martin Short. We gotta close the loop on the poop.
That's the game William was playing.
That's what it was.
With the
card
germs.
game.
Yeah. Still a better love story than Twilight.
What isn't?
I think I'm gonna square up the tab.
Wait a second. Did I create the
Or
perfect
just
human?
someone with-
I did it.
Oh,
I don't even feel like I could chime in with anything
No.
beneficial at this point.
No.
It's a perfect.
No.
Really? Because I really feel like I found the floor on this one. There's only
Dallas, do you have to pee? Is that your way of saying we need to take 5? Like,
Guys, I gotta go.
Nope. Because
I wish it was a perfect
Guys,
system.
excuse me, I gotta go close the loop real quick.
I'm gonna go see a man about a loop.
Well, Emily, I don't know what you expected from that question, but I hope that it exceeded your expectations. And with that, I could have never imagined this question would have taken that turn. Yeah. And with that,
but wait,
and I'm not even mad.
And I'm not mad about it.
In fact, I'm impressed.
With that, guys, I'm going to square up the tab. Steve Glosson,
Thanks.
my man, thank you so much for coming on the
Yes,
show.
Steve, thank you for having me.
Today. This has been incredibly fun.
In many ways, you are the inspiration for the show.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, and I'm sorry.
So are we. Well, if you like what you have heard, consider joining us on Patreon. You can jump into the live chat. You can help Alex and Talis whenever they are sorely outnumbered and outwitted when it comes to Superman knowledge. And you could submit table topics just like the end of that. We love having you guys in the chat. If you want to be a part of that, go to the link in our description for our Patreon. If you want to find out more about this show, you can visit us at drandlawyer.show. Plus, The Doctor and Lawyer Walk Into a Bar is a production of the Grapefruit Network. And to find out more about the other shows inside of our network, visit us at thegrapefruitnetwork.com. And with that, guys, I'm going to head out of here. I'm William.
I'm Dallas.
I'm Cody.
And I'm Steve.
And I feel like the William Shakespeare quote where I would be challenged to a battle of wits, but I was severely unarmed tonight. So,
and we will
just didn't stand a chance.
And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Are you kidding? I'm working.
All right, I'll be right there.
And grab the movie.